Growth in the legal industry is often associated with increased caseloads, expanded teams, and broader geographic reach. Yet for mission-driven firms, scaling presents a more nuanced challenge: how to grow without diluting the client experience that defined the firm's early success. For Chris Jackman, owner and managing attorney of the Jackman Law Firm, this balance has been central to his leadership approach. From its beginnings as a single office in Seattle, the firm has expanded across multiple states while maintaining a consistent focus on client relationships and service quality. This trajectory reflects a broader principle: growth does not need to come at the expense of personalization when it is supported by intentional systems, clear standards, and disciplined leadership. Traditional law firm growth models often prioritize volume, more clients, more billable hours, and larger teams. Mission-driven firms, by contrast, tend to scale with a defined purpose that informs decision-making at every stage. At the Jackman Law Firm, the mission has remained consistent: serving clients with a high level of responsiveness and care, particularly in emotionally complex legal matters. This clarity of purpose influences not only client interactions but also hiring decisions, internal processes, and expansion strategy. Rather than pursuing growth for its own sake, mission-driven firms typically expand in ways that reinforce their core identity. This often means entering new markets selectively, building teams deliberately, and ensuring that infrastructure evolves alongside demand. One of the most consistent challenges in scaling a law firm is operational inconsistency. As teams grow, informal processes that once worked in a small office can quickly become liabilities. Jackman's approach emphasizes the early development of structured systems. These include standardized workflows, clear communication protocols, and defined expectations for both attorneys and support staff. By formalizing these elements early, the firm reduces variability in how clients are served. For example, maintaining a firm-wide expectation of timely communication ensures that clients receive consistent updates regardless of which office or team member they are working with. The firm's internal standard of responding to client inquiries within 24 hours reflects how operational discipline supports the client experience. These systems are not designed to remove the human element from legal practice. Instead, they create a stable framework that allows attorneys to focus more effectively on the individual needs of each client. Scaling a firm requires more than systems; it requires leadership that reinforces those systems while fostering accountability. Jackman's leadership philosophy centers on ownership and clarity. Team members are expected to take responsibility for their work and understand how their role contributes to the broader mission. This approach reduces friction as the firm grows, as individuals are empowered to make decisions within a well-defined structure. Equally important is consistency in expectations. Leadership sets the tone for how clients are treated, how communication is handled, and how internal collaboration functions. When these expectations are clearly articulated and consistently reinforced, they become embedded in the firm's culture. This alignment between leadership and operations is what allows a firm to expand without creating fragmentation across offices or teams. As firms grow, maintaining a client-first culture becomes more complex. More clients and more team members can lead to diluted attention if not carefully managed. For mission-driven firms, the solution lies in codifying what client first actually means in practice. At the Jackman Law Firm, this includes responsiveness, transparency, and a commitment to prioritizing the client's interests in every decision. These principles are reinforced through training, performance expectations, and daily operations. Rather than relying on individual discretion alone, the firm creates an environment where client-focused behavior is the standard, not the exception. This consistency is critical. Clients should experience the same level of care whether they are working with the founding attorney or a newer member of the team. In many ways, communication is the backbone of a scalable client experience. Without clear and timely communication, even strong legal work can fall short of client expectations. Establishing firm-wide communication standards, such as response time expectations and regular case updates, ensures that clients remain informed and engaged throughout the legal process. This is particularly important in a multi-state firm, where geographic distance can otherwise create gaps in the client experience. By treating communication as a core operational function rather than an informal practice, firms can maintain continuity across locations. Growth introduces complexity, and complexity requires accountability. One of the defining characteristics of scalable firms is a culture where individuals take ownership of outcomes. At the Jackman Law Firm, ownership is not limited to leadership. It is an expectation across the organization. Attorneys and staff are encouraged to approach their work with a sense of responsibility that extends beyond task completion to client impact. This culture reduces the need for constant oversight and allows the firm to operate more efficiently as it expands. It also supports professional development, as team members gain confidence in their ability to manage responsibilities independently. Sustaining a consistent client experience requires ongoing investment in training and development. As new attorneys and staff join the firm, they must quickly align with its standards and culture. Structured onboarding processes, mentorship opportunities, and continuous training initiatives help ensure that new team members integrate effectively. Jackman's involvement in mentorship and training reflects the importance of developing talent internally while reinforcing the firm's values. This focus on development serves two purposes. It maintains service quality while also preparing the firm for future growth by building a pipeline of capable professionals. Ultimately, the ability to scale a law firm without losing its personal touch comes down to infrastructure. Systems, standards, and leadership practices form the foundation that supports both growth and consistency. Without this infrastructure, expansion can lead to fragmentation, different offices operating under different assumptions, inconsistent client experiences, and internal inefficiencies. With it, growth becomes more predictable and manageable. Firms can expand into new markets, increase capacity, and take on more clients while maintaining the qualities that made them successful in the first place. The legal industry continues to evolve, with clients placing greater emphasis on communication, transparency, and personalized service. Firms that can scale while meeting these expectations are positioned to lead in this changing environment. Chris Jackman's approach illustrates that growth and personalization are not mutually exclusive. By prioritizing mission, investing in systems, and fostering a culture of accountability, law firms can expand responsibly while maintaining strong client relationships. For attorneys considering growth, the takeaway is clear: scale is not just about size. It is about building the structures that allow a firm to grow without compromising the experience clients rely on.